Welcome back, guys, to another episode on the BMW 2002 Touring Restoration Project. Today we're going to do basically some of the stuff that we can do whilst the world is in turmoil. We've got to get this kit fitting a bit better because, as you can see here, there's a nice big gap, so we're going to go ahead and cut this out and reshape this fiberglass so it fits better. And we're going to do the same on the other side because that's the same down there. And then we have to do the front and tidy up the front. So we've got some fiberglass and some resin, and yeah, let's go ahead and tidy up these flares. Right, so that's resined up. We're going to let that go off, so that will give us the shape, and that plastic there will just peel off, so we'll be able to keep the shape and then fiberglass that up so it's nice and strong, and then it will match the curve around here quite nicely. I think because it's a touring, they don't match the same as the sedan, but that's easy enough. The trickier one's going to be the front, which we'll get to shortly. Alright, there you go, we've got our shape. Look at that, that's cool. So we'll just chop it down there and tidy this up, and that will that'll be seamless on the body then. The back flares are drying, so we'll tidy those up at some point. So we're onto the front, and we've got the front all on as where it's going to sit, and as you can see, they just really don't line up well at all. And supposedly all of them are like this. That's what I've been told, but yeah, it's definitely not a direct fit. So anything fiberglass you'll need to work on. This can be a little bit more work than you'd hope, but so we're going to put a split in the flare there and bring the flare out to the end of the bumper or the air dam, and then we'll tidy up this top part here and rebuild this. So put a slot there, slice this so we can move this out, and then re-glass it with the flare sticking out in line with this, and the same on the other side. We'll bring that. This one doesn't need too much to come out, and they'll still remain separate, so you can take the air dam off separately, but it will just line up.
Yeah, we'll be all right with that.
So flare that right out, and it will make it look more aggressive.
Right, what we do,
which will be good. I always like the aggression.
We'll put the front back on, right? Face off this part just here. We'll have to leave the screw in and be careful what we're doing, but we grind this off and then put the front on, put a wedge in there, glass the front just there to hold it, turn it over, clean all the back up, glass the back, and then dress the front up again afterwards.
Right, so we've got our slots in there, so that's brought that out, just wedged it, so that now lines up nicely with there, so we'll be able to build this corner up here. Just get some patches cut, same with over here, just a slot, and that's been brought out, so it lines up again nicely with there. Itchy fingers. Right, so that's those glassed up, and what we'll do is we'll end up pulling these off and then fiberglassing the inside and tidying up the outside, so we'll get to that shortly. But that's pretty well lined up where we want it, and then we'll just glass this to this part. I'll have to copy this shape a little bit and then just put like a little triangle bit down there just to tidy that up, or something. We'll work it out as we go along, but definitely couldn't leave it as it was because they were just shocking. There's no way you could leave it like that. It just looked rough.
That's the two front guards glassed on the front and the back. They need filling to take out all the imperfections, but they're plenty strong enough, they won't cause a problem. Once they're shaped, I can put them back on and redo the front spoiler to match up the guards.
These are all fiberglass, got nice and hard. I've hit these back with a flat disc because I don't know if you ever sanded epoxy, but it goes very, very hard. So I've taken the worst of it off with epoxy, and most of it's flat, so I can go over here and body fill these. So that's the two rear ones which we cut to match around the rear arch, which is this bit here. So we cut them, made them fit that nice and proper, and the fronts we actually slit, if you remember. So the fronts we actually slit down here and widened them a little bit to reach the bumper and or the front air dam, make it look better. They're all body filled. There's a few little holes got to sort out there, but these are basically done. All right, please excuse the beard. I haven't been out in public for a while, so feeling a bit like a Yeti. All good though, because we're in the shop. What we need to do is, they're good. The two rears need a little bit of work. Oh, sorry, the two rears? Yeah, two rears. Just need a bit more resin on the two rears. But before we go ahead and just mix up a little bit of resin for that, what I'm going to do is get this front a little bit more on par with what we're after. So there's a bit of flex. So this is bolted on. There's going to be a few more screws in it, but not many. But there's a decent amount of flex there, and that's going to do that. You know, sort of going up and down the road. So what I'm going to do is make a bracket from here to here, and I'll fiberglass the bracket to the bumper, and I'll do the same on the other side, and that will stop all that movement and make that nice and rigid. So first thing I want to do is I want to get a measurement roughly from here to here, and then I'm going to fold up a bracket and just make sure it fits, and then I'm going to fiberglass it onto here. So let's get to it. If you're going to be using an angle grinder on aluminium, just grab a bar of soap. Any old soap will really do. That's just a normal bar of soap, and you just run the grinder and very carefully add a bit of soap to the both surfaces of your grinder. or your cutoff wheel. That way, basically it won't clog up like it normally does. It will just glide through this like butter. Got our two brackets. I've got to dress them up, clean them up, and pull the bumper off and get them fiberglassed onto there. Right, there's our mark. That's the left side and the right side. So I'm just going to make it like a fiberglass saddle that these hook into. So they'll just sit them there, and then I'm just going to fiberglass over them, so they just sort of hook in. I've just stuck them on. I've got this like masticky stuff, so it'll just come off. It's just like a sticky sort of, it's almost like plasticine, not plasticine, it's almost like blue tack. But anyway, and I've covered them with a bit of cling film, or glad wrap, or whatever you call it. That's just to stop the epoxy from sticking to the aluminium, although it shouldn't do, because it's quite a shiny surface. So, but anyway, we'll go ahead and mix up some resin around here, put down some matte, and yeah, we should be good to go.
That around here, right? And then this bit is going to go under there, and that's going to get pinned on there like that. And then what we'll do, we'll just lay a bit of matting round that edge to give us our shape, and the matting will go right up and stick out over the end, and it will fill up this hole, so it goes round there and up onto here, round here.
I've just taken off the gel coat all around the edge there. It gives us a nice place to start with the new matting for the fiberglass. We got this side done, that's all in there. Oop, got the shape of that, and basically rinse and repeat on this side, so that now matches the guard nicely, and we'll fill the back side and just reshape the outside again.
We'll just cut that off of that line and keep that line right across, so that there's an upstand right across.
Do you want to upstand right across?
Well,
Stop it there and just let
Or you can do the upstand to there.
Stop it there.
Oh, actually no, there, because then we can put the rubber around the corner.
And then just leave, and that just with the rubber there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we're going to do that.
Where's the rubber just goes on?
What we might have to do is put an edge downwards behind it.
Yeah.
So if you glass up to it and make an edge first, the same shape as that, to give the rubber something to stick on.
And then I got this side looking good. That'll come off and we'll fiberglass the back. That'll be that done. Then I've just got to panel this guard. This door I don't want to talk about because it's fucking horrible. But we're gonna have to use that door for now until we find.
I know, we've got no choice. Can't find one.
So, and then I've got to I'm just going to skim this whole panel here and this bottom panel because it's a little bit, as you can see there, I've just given it a quick DA and it's already shown some problem areas. So I'll end up skimming this whole area. Won't be much bog that goes in there. Otherwise, most of this is looking pretty good. Got to fill in a couple of holes at the back here. Otherwise, that's all looking good. And yeah, good to prime it up. Dust coat it and do some blocking and wet sanding. Make sure it's all flat. We've got to get some paint. Anyway, this is the end of this episode. I will show you the air dam in the next episode because we'll be getting that done. So we'll carry on with that in the next one. Until then, thank you very much. Stay safe. We'll see you in the next video. Matt, you still there? Well, I couldn't quite leave it for the day and not see what the front bumper looked like. So I came back. And here we have it. You can kind of see it now that there's no arch there, no flare. What we've added on, and it's this bit, and it's gonna be that bit. So that's strong enough now for basically us to go ahead and make a mold. I'll clean up the back a little bit, and then fiberglass all in the back to make that nice and strong. And the other side, like I said, I couldn't let it go. I had to come back and see what they were gonna look like. Whilst I'm here, I may as well pull it off and just lay some fiberglass on the inside. So tomorrow they'll be done and ready to trim and get to prepping. So I've just fiberglassed the back. Basically, I've just laid a couple of mats down, or a couple of sheets, and that should be strong enough to do what we need to. But I'll check it tomorrow, see what I think. If I need to, I'll go down with another layer. But otherwise, oh yeah, I probably want to go a bit in there actually, to be honest, which I might just do now quick. But otherwise, that's looking good. This is the real goodbye. See you later.